Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sharice, and over here on my corner of the internet we are loving beauty, style, and wellness, authentically living well and managing and balancing life's challenges by shopping, talking about beauty, and having random conversations. And in today's video we're going to talk about my first quarter favorites. But the gag is probably not going to be what you're used to, just a bunch of products and things that I've purchased. We're going to talk about holistically some of my things that I have re-implemented, have purchased, or have just been enjoying this first quarter of 2025. My goal this year was just literally not to have a repeat of last year, like ever. Not only that, I just don't want to have a repeat of the last several years. There were highs and lows, but for the most part, I had a lot of lows. So yeah, that was my goal this year, and I have been actively taking some steps personally, and some of those steps, the Lord just pushed me into doing it because I am a type of person. I am very stubborn and bullheaded. I need stuff slapped in my face in order for me to get it. If I'm talking about what the Lord wants for me, because I'm only human, I'm only a girl. There are some things that I just want and that I enjoy, but a lot of times those things may not be good or beneficial for me. And yeah, if you're new here, why don't you just go ahead and subscribe, and you can catch up to all the latest of the catastrophe of my life that has been the last year. And we are, trust and believe, on the up and up, because it's up. I'm not going back. But again, if you're new here, I lost my job, I moved, I ended my relationship, and I've still been dealing with the repercussions of grief with my brother dying. So yeah, we're going to talk about some of my first quarter favorites, and let's get into it. Okay, I don't want to seem like I'm rushing, but I'm going to take my time as much as I can. I'm winding up on my time. I promised my nieces and my nephew I would get them somewhere, and I still have plenty of time to do it, but I just want them to enjoy the setting. But let's just start off with there. I have been enjoying my family, and I think because I haven't been here, I moved in 2020. I moved back unreluctantly in October-ish of 2024 after having lost my job and I didn't find another job. Of course, no, I did not want to end up home. Who wants to at this very big age? It wasn't me, I can promise you that, especially not having been home since my brother passed. I just did not want to be welcome to that. I've really been enjoying spending so much time with my nieces and my nephew. It has been honestly the light of being here, and I think more importantly, they themselves have benefited from my presence as well. Might not be from my structure and my discipline, because I am not the one and I ain't the two. Actually, I ain't none of them. I'm Auntie Rio. Actually, that's Big Rio, and I'm gonna get you all the way together. But we've been having so much fun, and it's been very therapeutic, very healing, I think, for all of us, especially the girls. They're getting so much older. Always salute to the big dogs, the moms. Y'all are doing it because these kids are running me crazy. But anyways, I've really been enjoying spending so much time with them. Mostly we're going to the park. We gotta do free stuff because these kids are expensive, especially these girls. They think they're entitled to go to Sephora. This is my fault. Not necessarily my fault. It's really my mom's fault. But I got my little list ready. It's right here. But I mentioned them, so I might as well just toss that right on up there. Next up, it's right here. One of the most recent purchases that I have been making as far as accessories have been from this Ghanaian American brand, Shop Khoi. This is not the first time I'm talking about them, especially if you follow me on Instagram. I am going to go into a more in-depth video when I get my latest pre-order that is slated to come out in May. When I get that, I'm going to do all of my Khoi. This is not it. This is just actually my recent purchase. There might be something in here. By the way, Their packaging is luxe. Luxe. Do you hear me? Got this Reina set, and what I love about Khoi is everything is, I won't say everything, most of the earrings can be interchangeable. This is the cage style, and I got this in the large, and it has this large cube and then a smaller sphere, and then it also has a small cube, and then it came with these pearls. The only thing, I have like smaller pair of pearls that came with another pair of my earrings, and then I ended up ordering. Did I order the large pearl? No, I didn't. I made that up. I wanted the large pearl, but now I don't need the large pearl. I already have these kind of set up in the different variations of how these are interchangeable. I have bangles. I have not purchased a necklace yet because when I do wear necklaces, minus the one chunky necklace that I have, I tend to like dainty necklaces. I think I just don't want anything heavy around my neck. Like I did. But yeah, I've really been loving my Khoi jewelry. Everything is handmade. It is brass covered in 18 karat gold for the gold pieces. But yeah, the packaging is on point. The customer service, I don't want to talk too much because I'm gonna do a video, but I love Khoi. This has been probably my most purchased brand of the last few months. Next, I have been going to therapy again. Now that I like hard stopped, I have just been trying not to focus so much on self-help and self-awareness and self-preservation, and I've been wanting to get my spiritual foundation built up, and now I'm back to a place to where I'm intertwining them both. I recently had my first therapy appointment of the year, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and it was really helpful. And it's always helpful to be guided into conversations and awarenesses that you may be suppressing or need to bring to the surface, and just putting some sense to things that I may or may not be overthinking, or just giving me a good framework of where my thought process needs to be, and just realigning those things, because I am a self-deprecator. I'm an overthinker. I am more, personally for myself, I am more pessimistic than I am optimistic, and I very occasionally need to be rerouted. So maybe that I'm back in therapy. And just talk about my other favorite thing of this first quarter is the healing that I've been doing. I wouldn't know that I was if somebody didn't say it to me. I was having a conversation with one of my really good friends, and she pointed out at different phases. Before I moved from Savannah, it was right at the very beginning of the pandemic. I was up for an art director job. Obviously the pandemic hit, none of that stuff happened. I was very depressed. I ended up moving to Charlotte, and then not even a year into Charlotte, I had a health emergency. My brother died. I was traveling for 2 years, and then for work, severe ankle issues. I ended up having, I had an accident, had reconstructive surgery on my ankle, and then fast forward, I am in a bad accident. I lose my job. I moved back home. All these different things was different versions of myself. And if I haven't put it up yet, I'm talking about in another video my relationships and friendships and how to navigate during different phases in life and what that could look like in maintaining friendships, which has been kind of hard for me with all these different shifts and dips. But anyways, she's just saying that when I first came home, I obviously was dealing with the grief of having lost the life that I had built for myself. How I'm kind of like settling. I don't want to say I'm settling. Let's not do that. But I'm like settling into being comfortable with where I am and not have such animosity. I know this is very temporary and that this time is for something. And I didn't really realize it until she pointed it out, that I was less angry about things. I think the part of the healing that I still need to do is the grief part with my brother. To the point that I can only do so much. I'm going to do what I can now. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be dealing with Trey for the rest of my life. Okay. All right. Moving on is it's just sitting right here. This has been the rage, and I think I got this before they did their huge influencer campaign. It is the Grip Gel Tint by Milk Makeup. This is my summer color, but when I have worn this and I had to like conceal, make it a little brighter, baby, this is butter. This is so good. It wears all day. It is a gel grip skin tint. It doesn't move, it doesn't budge. It is full coverage if that is what you like. I don't recall it feeling heavy on my skin, but I very thoroughly enjoyed it. I have not actually made a lot of beauty purchases this year as far as like makeup compared to before. I have made some, but I think I got this skin tint and I bought the Danessa myricks skin tint, which I do love. But this is great. Let's talk about some fragrances. This is going to be a little fragrance heavy. Miami Nectar. I'm going to look up the notes for you. With Miami Nectar. This came out last year. I believe this is by Ellis Brooklyn. And I just never purchased it because there was just always something else that I wanted. But I finally got it. I think I had like 2,000 or 3,000 Sephora points, and I just broke that up to get $20 off of several fragrances. But it's a tropical, fruity, sweet, floral, fresh scent. That's kind of like what drew me to it. It's not super sweet, but it is a fruity floral. I actually like to pair this with one of my white floral scents. And I also like to pair this with my Valentino Born Aroma Gold because it pulls the coconut out of each one and it smells so good. Everyone does their intense the right way, and it's just like, this isn't the same intense. Who told y'all this was the same fragrance? But Viktor and Rolf, baby, they knew what they were doing. I brought my mom the original flowerbomb. The DNA of that is still in this, but it is definitely creamier. This is a sweet floral, white floral. The notes in this, top note of raspberry, it says middle note orange blossom, jasmine, and rose, and base note of vanilla bean. If you know me, I'm not a rose girl, and I would say I don't even pick up a rose in here. I get that raspberry. Pair this with Eat and Juicy Apple by khoi, but I will say my other fragrance to wear this with is I Am Her by Forever Mood. Why didn't nobody tell me about Soft Spot by phlur? I am upset and we need to talk about it. I cannot be told anything now that I have this mic, okay? Soft Spot is a white, musky, floral scent. I have been looking for an everyday scent, and I think I have it in this. This had been on my wish list for a while, but it was never available in store up until recently, because that's how long it's been sitting in my cart. What I did was I ordered this, and I said, by God, Miss Molly, this smells so good. I immediately, the next day, I bought the full size. I have not had this for a month yet. There's a little dent in this. To phlur Soft Spot, it says the main accords is musky, floral, powdery, white, floral, citrus, woody, amber, sweet, and animalic. Well, any amber in my nose. I mean, get the freesia, I get the mandarin off the bat. Typically for me, if bergamot is in something, I'm going to be drawn to it. If there is a white floral note in there, I am probably going to enjoy it. I enjoy layering this with I Am Her. It is the You Remind Me scent from Forever Mood, also a skin scent. If I want to make it a little bit more vanilla heavy, I will pair it with vanilla skin, just a dash, not too vanilla heavy, because I enjoy the white floral and the muskiness of this scent. Scents I have soft spot, I have strawberry letter, vanilla skin, golden rule, and somebody wood. Somebody wood was my favorite phlur scent. This is my favorite. It has bumped somebody wood down to second. Next, I have been enjoying my skin toner by Tirtir. I don't remember which, maybe it was Jackie Aina, or no, it was Jacqueline Hill. She kept posting about this, and I wanted to try the Ilia at one point and then the Road, but I think I kept seeing a few of the girlies that I follow on Instagram and TikTok talk about this Tirtir milk toner. I'll put in some footage on what it does, but it just leaves a beautiful sheen, a natural shine to the skin, and just feels so moisturizing and luxurious. For the price, this is 150 milliliters, it's 5 ounces. It is a good price, and I think especially if you were probably considering getting the Ilia or Road, I would imagine this is probably a little bit more affordable. I got this from Amazonia. My other beauty products that I've purchased that are in heavy rotation and I love are these new shades of the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blushes. I initially got the Spiced Latte because I could never find creme brulee in stock. But the Spiced Latte is a nice muted terracotta tone. Beautiful. Why am I smelling it? Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Tone on brown skin. This creme brulee, I use this kind of as a bronzer. It is very pigmented, and that's how much color payoff is in there. I think this is going to be so beautiful on rich skin. Formula lasts all day. I just love Danessa Myricks products. I think, let's see, what else is on my list in my unconventional first quarter favorites? Reconnecting with friends. I've been, I think 4. We'll count 2 of them as one because they're married. But I've been reconnecting with some of my old friends from fractured relationships of just life and misunderstandings got in the way, and then there have been efforts to want to fix our relationship, and that's what I've been doing, and I've been enjoying them. And mine is my one friend that doesn't live here that I will see very soon. I have been spending time with these people, and it has been very warm to my soul. It makes you realize that just because you don't see things eye to eye, that doesn't discount or makes you not want to be friends. Just because somebody didn't show up in the way that you didn't think and may have owned up to that doesn't mean that discounts you from reconciling. Or just because you don't know how to be there for whatever you have going on and what they have going on, and it's just muddled, and how to figure out how to show up for one another. Those are different things that each of these relationships have been brought out and have been addressed and navigating, and I've really been enjoying that. What I'm looking forward to in the next few quarters, hopefully the next quarter, and by the end of the year, I'm looking forward to new opportunities and steady work. I have been doing freelance work. I don't know if I want to continue doing it, or if I want to know if I can morph that into something else, which is what I am attempting to do. And with that being said, I am finishing up my project management certification, the class at least, in 8 more weeks, and I have to sit and take the test. So hopefully that opens up some new doors, or it is able to help me structure what I want to do for myself better, deepening my godly connection. There is more that I could be doing, and I feel like I just get hung up on what I want God to do for me. versus the person of who God is. Not just being content in that, but allowing that to drive my thought process and my outlook. I am also looking forward to moving. It has been a tremendous blessing being able to have parents that have the space and the means to allow you to start over and to regroup. I'm also looking forward to making more content. It makes me happy. It is as a creative outlet. I still want to figure out like my own signature series and how to navigate that on all the platforms that I'm active on. But I am very much so enjoy making content and doing that more consistently. I am on a goal of to have 1,000 followers before the end of summer, and crazily 5,000 by the end of the year. I think that is possible. So why don't you go ahead and do me a favor and subscribe and share my channel with someone. And I want to travel. I have not traveled in well over a year. I've been to DC with one of my best friends. That's not a trip. I want to be on a beach somewhere. I need an ice cold pina colada. I want to be tipsy on the beach. I want to go kite surfing. I want to go snorkeling. You know, I said that. I did go to St. Croix, but I want my parents. Okay? I want a nice little mini vacation. And if somebody joins me or somebody takes me, that would be nice too. Those are my first quarter favorites and just some of the things I'm looking forward to. Let me know if any of these things are on your list, if you have tried any of these things. If you like an unconventional favorites video, let me know, because I think I'll probably do this every quarter. If you want to see it monthly, I think it's also a good way to catch up and actually keep myself accountable on some of these things that I said that I was going to do and continue to do. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's have a conversation in the comments. Let me know if you need links to anything. I'll go ahead and put some of them in there. If you've tried any of these things, let me know. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.